welcome one and all in here, out there, all around the world to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Hey, remember when the Atlantic editor Jeffrey Goldberg was added to Pete Hegseth's non-secure but super-secret battle plan signal text chain by National Security Advisor Mike Waltz? Well, brace yourself. Today, Trump ousted National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. It was a tough decision, and as with anything this sensitive, the first person to find out was Atlantic editor Jeffrey Goldberg. Despite getting canned, Waltz can be proud of what he accomplished. Out of everyone in the Trump administration, his face was most shaped like a mailbox. Yeah. Also, he actually lasted a pretty long time for a Trump national security advisor. He held the job for 101 days. Now remember, in 2017, Trump's first national security advisor, Michael Flynn, lasted only 22 days. Wow. But Trump has high hopes for his next pick for the job, a basket of ripe avocados. This has got to be, I'd make that into guac. I'd get some limes in there fast. Serrano. This has got to be a little embarrassing for Waltz, especially because just 2 days ago, he published an article titled 100 Days of National Security Wins. Reminds me of the captain of the Titanic's article, 4 Perfect Days of No Iceberg Smashing. So, finally, a member of the Trump administration faces lasting consequences that lasted 3.5 hours, because this afternoon, Trump announced he will be nominating Mike Waltz to be the next ambassador to the UN. No, this is perfect. This way, Waltz will be able to share every country's secrets with Atlantic editor Jeffrey Goldberg. Now, all of this has got to tick off Trump's previous pick for UN ambassador, New York MAGA Republican Elise Stefanik, seen here watching Trump give her job to the dumbest man on Signal. Was this March? Back in March, Trump yanked Representative Stefanik's UN nomination out of concerns that if she left Congress, Republicans wouldn't have enough votes in the House, and it's got to sting that Waltz is now in line to get the UN ambassador's key perk, a $16 million penthouse suite in Manhattan. Oh, that's a really tough break, but if it helps Congresswoman Stefanik. Now, Waltz isn't the only one facing some hard times. In the latest sign of economic turmoil, McDonald's profits just dropped 3.6%, the biggest drop since the pandemic in 2020. My God, what have I done? God, no, I've hurt the only one I've ever loved. How will I explain this to my adopted Irish son? Filet-O-fish. Filet-O-fish. The tartar sauce is dripping upon my tie, but then I suck it off. Now, no, don't reward me. Don't reward this behavior. The catalyst for all this economic bad news is Trump's tariffs, of course, specifically his 145% tariff against China, and it's about to get more worser. In April, cargo sailings from China to the U.S. fell 60%. They ain't going to be sending us any of that cheap stuff. The 99-cent store is going to have to change its name to Shelves and Smells. But now is not a time to panic over tariff-induced shortages. It's now, because we just found out that some Trump administration officials are stockpiling toilet paper. Why? China doesn't make our toilet paper. Bears do. But the headline everyone's talking about is that retailers fear a toy shortage this Christmas. And yesterday, Trump was asked about that possible toy shortage at a cabinet meeting.
Somebody said, oh, the shelves are going to be open. Well, maybe the children will have 2 dolls instead of 30 dolls, you know? And maybe the 2 dolls will cost a couple of bucks more than they would normally.
Your answer is fewer dolls for our children? What are we gonna give our kids? A single Rock'em Sock'em robot? He's just fighting his inner demons. Why did Dad leave us?
Oh, God.
Was I bad?
Oh, God.
Is that why he left? Sad story. It was kind of a sad story just there with a... Never felt sorry for a Rock'em Sock'em before. This meeting went on for 2 hours, and most of it was devoted to cabinet secretaries performing the important work of government, tongue-bathing Trump's ass meat. Take Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Since you have been in office, President Trump, your DOJ agencies have seized more than 22 million fentanyl pills, 3,400 kilos of fentanyl since you've been your last 100 days, which saved, are you ready for this, media, 258 million lives.
Okay. Intercepting fentanyl, fantastic. Saving 258 million lives? Bondi is saying that if not for Trump, about 75% of Americans would be dead. All right, I got something. To put that in perspective, are you listening, media? If everyone look to your left, look to your right, are you dead? No, you're welcome. If this number... If this number seemed like it was yanked out of her briefing hole, well spotted, because when asked how Bondi arrived at that number, the DOJ provided a formula saying 3.4 million grams of fentanyl multiplied by the current purity level of 0.1518 divided by 0.002, the lethal amount per gram. The result, 258,060,000. That formula is insane. And I know that because I asked my brilliant researcher, Catherine, about it, and Catherine had to call her parents, who are both actual mathematicians, and they said, and I quote, "That's insane." So Donald Trump has really done the impossible. He made an adult call her parents for help on a weekday, and it wasn't for the Netflix login. Now, this cabinet meeting wasn't your average all-you-can-munch Trump crack snack, because while the jerks were circling, we learned that Elon Musk might soon be stepping down from ruining everything, and Trump made it clear. At the cabinet meeting, in front of everybody, Trump made it clear this was Elon's decision.
And, you know, you're invited to stay as long as you want. At some point, I guess he wants to get back home to his cars and his...
I'm being told that we have a live reaction from his cars after hearing that Elon is coming home. All this... Great safety record. Great safety record. All this upheaval has Americans asking one important question.
Who would win in a fight between 100 men and one gorilla?
So the question is, can 100 men fight one gorilla?
There's a huge debate raging. 100 men or one gorilla?
The question has exploded all over TikTok and Twitter, with thousands of people posting mixed opinions like gorilla would win and it would be over in 10 minutes. They could maybe take the gorilla after 87 of them get turned into smoothies first. And my husband says 100 men could easily defeat a gorilla. Well, ma'am, your husband also said he could easily install some of those closet hooks, but he couldn't defeat charging the cordless drill, now could he? It's important to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that gorillas, real big, okay? 8-foot arm span, can weigh more than 400 pounds and are estimated to be up to 10 times as strong as human beings. where we're even going to find 100 men violent and crazy enough to try and fight Red Sox game. Boston Red Sox game. That's okay. Put a Yankees hat on the gorilla, he's toast. This vital question has spread so widely that now gorilla experts are chiming in. Well, with one expert saying gorillas are in fact gentle giants and would avoid this conflict whenever possible. Yes, gorillas hate confrontation. That's why gorillas are so bad at asking for a raise. Coco, happy to be part of team, but Coco have 3 kids in college. Coco deserve, never mind. I'll go back to, Coco, go back to data entry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I may not be the Don King of ape fight, but I do have an opinion. Men, meet me at the 100 men cam. Hey, men. Hey, fellas, thanks for taking a break from referring to food as fuel. I just want you to know that on the whole gorilla thing, you're never gonna win. You know where they got the phrase, "it's on like Donkey Kong"? From Mario's closed casket funeral. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Waltz and Goggins and the best-selling author John McWhorter. But when we come back, meanwhile, join us, won't you?